Welcome to the 2018 Gridiron Dynasty season. This is your fantasy football update. I am your commissioner, Ryan Lloyd Peterson, and let's get this started. We're going to start off talking first and foremost about the new rules in the league. First off, let's talk about dues. The dues this year are $175. They are due by draft night. And, of course, if you do not have your dues in and the season starts, you will be locked out from making any transactions at all in the league. By week 4, if it has not been received, you will receive a final warning to get your dues in. By week 5, you will be replaced with a backup GM. Our new treasurer, we're pleased to announce, is P-Unit. P-Unit has taken over the treasury operation, so please send all dues and monies to him. You can find his contact information located in the commissioner's message on the main page of the website. Now let's talk about scoring. Scoring this year will be done decimal style. So what this will do is give a much more accurate reflection of the scoring and give more value to the players you select on draft night. So for example, in our scoring system, of course, quarterbacks are awarded 1 point for every 50 yards passing. Now, if you have a quarterback who reaches, say, 240 yards passing by the end of the game, those 40 yards will not be reflected and have their true value in the decimal scoring system. This will also get rid of the notorious, ridiculous amount of ties that we've had in the past 5 years. So, very excited for that, and I think it will be really exciting because we'll get much more value and much more accurate scoring. It's a true reflection of player performance. Now, moving on to prizes. I am very pleased to announce that this season, we will have weekly scoring prizes. Every week, the top scorer will receive $25. Of course, as the season goes on, if you happen to win out 10 weeks in a row, you will win the whole $250, and you will be paid that same week. The following week after your win. This, of course, means that you have to have PayPal. If you do not have PayPal, you will receive your weekly payments via snail mail from the league treasury offices. We will also have this year a prize for GM of the Year. The GM of the Year will now win a cash prize. When the playoffs begin, the 8 teams who qualify for the playoffs will all vote for the GM of the Year in an AP-style voting election. In other words, each of the 8 GMs will have 2 votes. They will vote for a first and second place finisher for GM of the Year, and they cannot vote for themselves. The points will be added up for first and second place scoring, and that winner will be the GM of the Year and receive a prize of $100. So there are many ways this year that you can win big money in the grid. If you are dominant, you will dominate at the bank. And that's what it's about. So just know that this increased dues this year of $175 is going to a good cause, your pocket. Now, let's talk about new rule proposals. In the spirit of our GM of the Year, where commissioners and GMs are voting together, we want the same thing for new rule proposals. We are officially putting new rule proposals for the grid on the table. If you have an idea for the league, if you want to see something change, if you want to see something added to the scoring system, if you want to flex, if you want a 2 QB system, if you want us to become a dynasty league, submit your proposal by week 4. It can be done via email to me. It can be done through the site on a messaging. You can text it to me. I will compile all the proposals, and we will have a series of votes in week 12. Every GM is required to vote in this proposal, and we will vote on what should be on the table. We'll have a preliminary election to narrow it down to a couple of issues, then have a formal vote to formally change the rules for the 2019 season. This is going to be a fluid situation. I look forward to maybe we'll be experimenting for a couple of years with new scoring. Maybe we'll have a new roster system. We shall see, but the power is in your hands. This is going to be a cooperative effort where all the GMs will have a say and input, so get your democratic spirit fired up. Now, let's talk about trades. This is where it's getting really exciting. So I'm very excited that this year, future draft picks can now be traded in the offseason or during the season. So, in other words, if you wanted to say trade today your second round pick for a first round pick in the 2019 draft, you can do that. If you want to trade for a star player and you want to give, say, one of your secondary players, but you're going to throw in a second round pick in next year's draft and a third rounder in the 2020 draft, you can do that. You can play with your draft picks all the way to 3 years in advance to make trade packages that are competitive to close the deal. All this, again, is on the table, effective immediately. And of course, our free agent budget money is still available for trades as well. So now you have 3 assets to play with in order to execute trades effectively. You can use the players that you have on your roster. You can use your current and future draft picks through the 2021 season. And you have your free agent budget money. So what this does, of course, is give a lot more ways to leverage good deals, as well as provide a way that even if your team is struggling, you can start thinking about the future and how you can stockpile draft picks to help your team improve, assuming you're still permitted to be in the league after your poor performance. Draft night. So, of course, draft night is Sunday, August 26th at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Please confirm that date works. I'll be sending a poll out tonight to give input on the date. If it doesn't work for you, I'll throw some other dates out there closer to the start of the season. Please vote. Make your voice heard. I will be closing the vote tomorrow at midnight Eastern Standard Time. That will be Monday, August 20th. So make sure if that date works for you, either you confirm it or you speak up now and we can move it to another date later closer to the start of the season. This is all about us working together and your input counting. So those are our announcements. And that's how it's going down this year. This is going to be, we are in our 15th year of the Gridiron Dynasty. And I am determined to not just bring it back to the heights of being the great, competitive, excellent, electrifying league it once was. It is going to even exceed that in year 15. The nonsense is over. The trash management is over. We are back and better than ever. Gridiron Dynasty, Season 15. It's going down. You already know. See you on the grid.